Shoshone and the Shada and the Iroquois and the Washita, all those are offshoot tribes. The main root tribe, if you go and look at the map, right, and you look at the Mississippi Delta, the Louisiana Basin, where the water drained into the Gulf, right? You have a mirror of that in the South, coming out of the Amazon, right? We got villages, monkey villages, to them the same Zinji, the same Ninji, the same niggas, the old Mississippians, because we wrapped around,
They got it.
right, the Fertile Crescent of the Gulf. But what we don't know is where the Gulf is. The reason the Gulf is there is the same reason the Mediterranean there. During the Anunnaki Wars, they say it was a meteorite. It was a fucking bomb. And it was filled in by the excess water. After you bomb it, you create a crater, right?
Mm-hmm.
The crater fills in with water because it's below sea level. As the crater fills in with water, it forms into the Gulf. In order for you, yeah. So they want us to believe that that stuff is just poofed there because it wasn't us. Can't tell me that. I remember doing the design for the, some of them buildings. So you can't tell me that we didn't have nothing to do with it. I remember designing
Just
it.
on some Pastor Troy thing, right? When he said everything was vice versa. If it is their technology, like those people that are down there now says their technology, why aren't they maintaining it and why aren't they using it? That's the telltale. That's the same the Egyptians.
Go.
The Egyptians say that's their technology, but they're the ones blowing it up because they are Al Akbar, right? And Al Akbar say no idols. So there was never a time, like you said, that could be their stuff or their technology when their dean says destroy it all. That's what they do. They destroy the notes, they destroy the faith because it's not theirs. They disrespect it. If that is theirs and it was out there, they would be out there, you know what I'm saying, still doing all that shit right now. You see what I'm saying? If it was if the people that's down there now, the Mongolians is down there now, if those pyramids was theirs, why aren't they living in that, inhabiting it right now? And
You just said a key word. You said Mongolians, right? Do you know the what Genghis Khan was?
I don't know what war it was, but there's been times where they've sent.
This is important to know, though.
Get them.
Remember, I said 60% of all of the males' Y chromosome come from Genghis Khan. That's active. That even include over here. They got a map. You can pull up a Genghis Khan's Y chromosome map, and they'll show you percentage of his seed in every land. That means that he was either marrying people from them lands or he sent children out into them lands to marry people, sons specifically.
And both.
Because you have to, because he's only spreading his Y chromosome. Right? This is he's a major figure in the Earth's history. They said he had over 5,000 children. Right? He had more than that. Because they didn't count children by concubines and maidservants. They only counted the ones by harem wives with tenure. They didn't count them other little brats, but they still got his genes.
Facts.
Right? So now when we're looking at the Y chromosomes across the land, we're looking at how it's spread, right? Then it starts to click. We begin to see it clearer. They told us the story in reverse because they told us that if you go look at the history of the Romans and who they was fighting, they fought Ottomans during the Turkish uprising, right? And the establishment of Turkey, they fighting with Rome. That's who their enemy was. The Northeast Africa was all part of Ethiopia. What we call today Iraq, Iran, Syria, Pakistan, all the way into India. India was what they call East Ethiopia. It's just like Florida is the east land of flowers. Louisiana is the western land of flowers. By the way, Chief Warhorse dropped a major video. Y'all gotta see it, share it on her channel. She declared victory for the China Nation. And if she declare victory, that means all chiefs across the land can celebrate her victory and declare victory following her lead.
I see.
She also separated herself from New Orleans by paperwork because the China Nation had dual citizenship. She is the certified seven in the line blood chief, right? So when she giving this, she's doing for her tribe, but if it's righteous and it's successful, we all get to use it.
I see.
So if she declare victory, we all could declare victory. But you have to know what she's telling you in the video because she's not just declaring victory in vain. The victory is supported by the members of the local government and the old fallen federal government. They acknowledged her heritable right tracing back, I think they said 12,000 years. They acknowledged it through the government, which also is the leverage up to Empress Verdiasi's claim. So now you got two tribal mothers with tenure and fighting for their tribe, tried, tested, and proven, and the enemy that admitted that these sisters was right. Now all tribal leaders that's understanding of what's going on can use that. Now, what are we supposed to do? All we supposed to do as the Braves, the membership of the clan, is to share it, share it, share it, share it, and share it, and get other people to understand what it means to the tribes. F what it means to the community at large. We don't care about their feelings. They didn't care about ours. We don't care if they get stepped on. We have to get back to what's ours. And what's ours is, as Elijah Muhammad say, be your own, accept your own, and be yourself. Right? And we don't have to negotiate, debate, and try to convince non-tribal members or supporters of our position. They gonna see in their eyes when it all play out. As Tupac say, all eyes on me, I say y'all eyes gonna see. When we understand what's taking place, right? Because most of us don't get it. We think we get it, and we still trying to prove the fraud. That stuff is right now. We done proving everything. We didn't prove it.
Facts.
We didn't show you where the lying liars signed the names to the lies that they told. We showed you why they confessed that they was telling the lie, trying to cover up a piece of the truth. This is why she talking about the situation with Andrew Jackson in the video, right? Andrew Jackson was instrumental in the Dawes role and the Trail of Tears directly. His name, because he had handlers, but his name carried that dirt, right? So the tribes that fought the system in the system kept the paper trail for the ones that was fighting the system outside the system that was classified by the system as the criminal element. You become the criminal element when you're not part of the invading force that's invading your farm. The invader got to declare you as the hostile in order to trick your tribesmen into believing that they doing what the rest of the tribes want them to do when they ain't got nothing to do with us. So they came in with their old Mutt and Jeff routine, good cop, bad cop. They send the good guys in that look like us, which was really the bad guys. And then they sent the bad guys in that didn't look like us, which was really just the pawns. We begin to believe, because the pawns kept the history in the forefront, that the pawns was the power players. We ain't ever seen the pawn be the power player on the chessboard.
When it becomes queen or hits the other side of the board,
I mean, he got to cross the finish line, then he can come back for everybody else. But when he come across that finish line, he got the option to become whatever player on the board is needed in order to help the rest of them get across the finish line.
I say, chess.
Okay, now, King Arthur's sword. You remember that story? Okay. If you pull up the image of King Arthur's sword sticking out of the rock, it's at an angle. If you look at the cross in the stone called Mount Calvary, right? A lot of the churches have the same slant to the cross. The cross is a sword of war in the ground, because the war was waged against the great mother of the earth. That great dragon we call Tiamat. Tiamat is actually the Kundalini energy that encompasses the world as the great serpent, the serpent energy, that serpentine fire, right? Earth, wind, and fire. What's missing?
Water.
Earth, wind, and fire. What's missing?
Water.
There's two elements missing.
Water and well, I know water off top. What's the next one?
Ether.
Ether.
Okay. The ether is the chemical composition of accumulated love energy, referred to as ore energy. In the ore energy, Dr. Delbert Blair reference, go check him out talking about the ore energy, is the original energy extracted from what's known as the primordial noon, or the sacred waters of the womb of creation. Right? The human being reenact the holy drama in order to change power from the unworthy to the worthy. Right? So the great Tiamat, that great beast, the Kundalini of the earth, is going to tag, right? It's a game of tag now with all of the divine matriarchs, all the way till you get to the one who holds the blood right to sit on the sacerdotal seat of the earth as the acting and reigning Isis. A lot of sisters be frustrated because they think that they ISIS due to the Sybil effect, but their works and their deeds don't open the path according to the quantum of blood and mitochondrial positioning of the clans to seek them. That don't mean they're not great women. Everybody want to be the one until the one show themselves, and now everybody envious because they thought they was going to be the one.
I see.
Right? So if you when you understand the old culture and the old ways, a lot of this modern stuff just fall off like a snake shedding the skin.
Yo, I'm about to hit you. Like I said, you really just jumped on my paper, and I was like about to ask you half of this stuff. Just to let you know, we will be taking questions. I don't want to cut him while he's like dropping it on us, because sometimes you don't want to miss it. So we will take your questions in a minute, because there's some people in the comments that I do want to address. But everything you just said was spot on. Even when it gets to the serpent aspect of it, when somebody said something about the idol thing, the funny thing about it is that Nagu, the Naga, Nagu is one of these Olmec heads Also, when it starts breaking down verses of the Jaguar elite status, that's the status of it, right? And no, it's not idol worship per se. It's literally telling you what these people were doing. So you
Hey,
can't be like prove it, and then when it proves it, you be like, it was now it's idols. No, this was how we communicated, and this is how we've always communicated.
listen,
So and check this out. You spoke on the serpent, John 3:4, Luke 3. This is several times in the Bible when God told Moses that he sent the dragon down here to punish the non-believer, and then told Moses to create a bronze serpent, and he said to cure you, you can touch this bronze serpent. So this is in your Bible, your Quran, your Torah. This is also in every the serpent's wisdom. Like this is a time. This is the year of the serpent. And somebody said something about the idol worship or whatever, but I want them to understand where we're coming from. I'm gonna let brother get back in. I think he just tapped out. Let me see. But no, yeah, he just broke down a whole lot of it. As soon as he sends a request, I sent him back in. But no, it's not idols. Like I said, the Nagu, if you study it, if we're studying the ancients, that's what we're doing. We're studying. No, we're not worshiping nothing. We're studying the ancient scrolls, because that's what's giving us the receipts. The return of the serpent wisdom. This is the year of the serpent. He was just breaking down. It's the shedding. He was just breaking down. This is a growth wisdom. So I'm also. We were just about to break down. We were talking about the divine feminine energy. We had to tap into it. I was waiting to get into it. I didn't want to cut his wisdom, but we were talking about Queen Khalifa next, because there's a lot coming out on Queen Khalifa, just like there's a lot coming out on these Olmec civilizations or ancient, like Z civilizations or Chi civilizations. Yes, sir. I'm tapping you in right now. Boom. Right. Ace. Boom. And you back in the building. There we go. You good?
yep.
Now I was just talking about it, like all this stuff bleeds into itself, but the whole time the name of the game is to divide us and keep us from even learning. They think that, oh, you worshiping the idol because you learned about something. How can I tell you the truth? We learned we learn the shit they taught us in the Quran. We learned the shit they taught
Listen,
us in the Bible. So why not learn what they talking about? You see what I'm saying?
no,
And once you learn that the language that they're using is actually from a Twa. They got Twa civilization down there. The Twa people are not just also a Congo, Bantu languages, and this is under the sound information of Cloud Winters. He's the author. Cloud Winters he's a good brother. I want to see if I can get y'all up there together, because you and Cloud will kill that. And I also want to do a little honorable mention real quick before we get back started. Please check out Vicky Dillard and Dr. Pewitt, because they're giving us a lot of information on a lot of different things too.
no,
So, but
Vicky,
yeah,
both of them, my girl. I
I know,
love both of them.
I know it. I just had to throw it out there because it's not enough of us putting information out there. It's not. We got a lot of people right now that want the spot so bad they'll resort to the same tactics, the same weird tactics that let's start beef in the community. Let's start drama in the community, and we ain't got to do that. Let your talent speak. Let your work speak for yourself, because if we saying that this is what we are, they're telling you one who is the supporter of the mystic order, obedient to the law. The law said we got to conduct ourselves a little bit better than we're doing, instead of talking like you got these little weird dudes out here talking bad about Rashid Jamal. He falling. Hadith say you don't never kick a man while he's down. You don't never talk against your brother while he messed up. You got people talking down against
I,
Bobby Hemmett, and it's
listen, hold on,
weird.
hold on, hold on. So pump the brakes. When you are in the position to kick somebody, you got to remember, when you gonna kick somebody while they down, there's a good chance you're gonna slip, fall, and bust your own ass. Right? You gotta always remember, Bookman, you've always been overprotective of Tucson. Anybody say something about him, go automatically stir your ires, because you have to be triggered